Smile.
Let's have to shut that one window.
Mhm.
Let's have to shut that one window. All righty. I think we are live. Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Hot Topic Tuesday. And today we will be discussing the winter blues, how to boost your mood and energy naturally. And you are joined by myself, April, and Trish, and we are functional practitioners. Um, Today, are you feeling the winter blues creeping in? We've been actually kind of hearing this a lot. Struggling with low mood or energy as the days get shorter. You're definitely not alone. And today we're going to share how our gut and hormone health play a huge role in keeping our mood and energy levels balanced naturally. Trish and I are all about, natural approach, lifestyle, diet, things like that when you can. So no surprise that we are going to be, talking and addressing this from a holistic standpoint. Um, I am April and this is Trish, and we are passionate about this topic because, we are practitioners who specialize in helping women, perimenopausal women, battle hormone imbalances, gut imbalances, and the like. And probably we're passionate because it's something that we actually struggle with ourselves. So we know the pain, we know, the struggle. So by the end of this video, you should have some actionable steps to feel more energized and balanced this winter. And I don't know about you. Well, yeah, Trish, we're kind of in the same general geographic area, but Mother Nature here is a little unsure as to what her decision is yet, because we'll go from 20 degrees and I'll need my parka to yesterday it was like 60, like
Yeah,
hence why I'm wearing a tank top today.
that rainy 60. And I know, like, we say this every year in the winter that we do live in North Carolina, so it doesn't get like super, well, it does get frigid. It was frigid last week,
Exactly.
but not as maybe like crazy as some of you guys deal with, but it's all relative, right?
Exactly. I don't know. I'm not complaining. I will literally, if Mother Nature wants to throw some 60-degree days at me, I will
Oh,
embrace the
yeah, I want that.
that will be less of the cold days for this winter.
Yes.
So anyway, so there are some reasons why winter affects our mood and energy. The first thing would be seasonal challenges. Shorter days. We just had the time change. Shorter days means less sunlight, which in turn is going to be lower natural vitamin D and also disrupted circadian rhythms. I don't know about you, Trish, but I still have clients who are still adjusting to the time change and the circadian rhythm change. The hour, the time change of an hour. It can take up to 2 to 3 weeks for our circadian rhythms to adjust to a change. So that is, one of the primary reasons. There's also a hormonal impact. So lower serotonin, which is the feel-good hormone, and melatonin imbalances can affect our mood and energy. Specifically, there is a significant gut connection to this as well, because 90% of our serotonin is made in the gut. So if your gut is not happy or is imbalanced, then your mood is likely not going to be either. So, with that being said, we do have some strategies to boost mood and overall energy.
Yeah, so strategies to boost mood and overall energy. So, gut health, prioritize fiber and fermented foods. So, these are foods like your leafy greens, your flax seeds, sauerkraut, kimchi. This will all help nourish the gut bacteria because a lot of our melatonin and mood and immunity resides in our gut. So, if we can stay healthy there, we'll probably feel a little bit better, or at least avoid some of those winter colds. Cut inflammatory foods, so limiting This time of year is a little tough, but limiting the sugar, the alcohol, the processed foods, those will all help reduce gut inflammation. And as we're kind of getting into holiday and maybe some party season, I think a lot of us are going to be feeling the effects of this. And April and I were just even saying too that I was like, I haven't really noticed like the winter blues as much, but it is only December and we are around holidays. So this is kind of the fun part of winter. But I think once we get into January, February, it gets a lot more draggy, even into March. And then all of us will be ready for like a big old, probably kind of detox from a lot of these inflammatory foods and fun foods and party foods and sugars and alcohols to help keep us a little bit healthier through the January, February time. Probiotics, so adding a high quality probiotic can definitely help support that serotonin production and just really support the good, healthy gut bacteria and, keep the bad bacteria at bay. Hormone balance. So, strategies for this support your adrenals. Stress from the holidays or seasonal shifts, that shift in circadian rhythm and just adjusting to the new schedule can be stressful. This can overload our adrenals. So, incorporating adaptogens like ashwagandha, rhodiola can be very beneficial. So, keeping those adrenals supported can be good. Keeping blood sugar balance, that's another one. So, we've talked about so many strategies for this, and eating protein with every meal is helpful. Reducing caffeine spikes, so having a cutoff in the day. I'm pretty sensitive to caffeine, so mine has to be noon. Yours can be a little bit later, but just really being, cautious about that, especially if you're getting into like this afternoon slump. Like I already feel like it's getting dark here. It's a kind of a cloudy day too, but I think a lot of us are like reaching for caffeine or maybe some sugary snacks in the afternoon because we're feeling the effects of that slump just a little bit more because we don't have the sunlight to kind of keep us going. Avoid skipping meals. Even though like I know around the holiday time some people are going to be saving calories or maybe banking calories, but still try to have some balanced meals. They can be smaller, focus on protein because usually if you're going to a party or event, that's going to be heavy in the carbs, the fats. So if you really focus on some protein, maybe vegetables, fiber in those earlier meals, that'll just help keep your blood sugar balanced and not send you into a situation where you're like over hungry too. All right, so here's some lifestyle tweaks that we can do to kind of, combat those winter blues. Light therapy can be beneficial. Have you tried this? I'm curious. Have you ever tried
The
that?
light
Light
therapy?
therapy? Yeah.
Mm-mm,
I have
no.
either. Yeah, but I think it would be awesome and I've had people do it and report really good things from it. I mean, luckily, again, living in North Carolina, we get some decent sunlight even in the winter, so still trying to get out and take walks is good. But a light box can be helpful in the morning for about 20 to 30 minutes. It's kind of the same concept that we'll say to get morning light, maybe start your day with a walk type thing. Morning light's hard to come by right now, so maybe still getting out and taking a walk I think is great, but maybe 20 to 30 minutes with something that mimics sunlight can be beneficial and help improve mood. Movement is always going to be good. It's hard to get outside when it's frigid. I should post a picture of what I look like now when I walk the dog. Like it's ridiculous. Double sweatpants, four coats, like doesn't have to look cute. But I still make it a point to get outside and I have a lab, so he like loves this weather as much as I wish he loved summer as much as I did. But get the gear. They always say like what, you're only as cold as like the gear you don't have or something, like you really just have to have the gear. But 20 minutes of walking or yoga can definitely help and boost those endorphins and keep your energy up. Sleep hygiene is still going to be very important. So sticking to a consistent schedule, avoiding the screens 1, 2 hours before bed, this will all help improve your melatonin production. And this is something I feel like I haven't had as much of an issue with because I want to be in bed at like 7:30 to be warm.
Yeah, it was funny over the weekend. Tom was away. It was Saturday, and I looked, and I was in bed by 8:30, and I was like, "Oh, it's just so cozy." The last thing that I wanted to put in and recommend was for everyone to, and this is probably the obvious thing that a lot of everyone can do is get your vitamin D checked.
Yeah.
So get your levels checked and then supplement if needed. So if your vitamin D is a little bit lower, is a little bit lacking, adding in 1,000 to 5,000 IU's a day can actually be beneficial. Now, if your vitamin D is actually low, so if you're deficient, then you can do 8 to 10,000 units for a week, and then drop down to 1 to 5,000. After that, at kind of like a maintenance amount. But sometimes just adding in the vitamin D, which the what is it, D3 K2,
Yeah.
that
And
combination works
also,
really, really well.
yeah.
But just adding that in can make a night and day difference with energy and mood. That's probably the number one thing. If I get someone that says, that their mood, or just energy is just down in the winter, that's kind of like the low hanging fruit. The number one thing that we typically recommend is, have you had your vitamin D checked?
Let's
And then kind of
look into
go
that
from
because it's an easy fix.
Yes, 100%.
For sure. Yes, absolutely a great one. Okay, so in conclusion, just to kind of recap our key takeaways, we've got gut health. So, really focusing on gut health as a way to keep mood boosted, balancing hormones. So, and then just really simple lifestyle tweaks like just, keeping as active as you can, getting outside as much as you can, checking vitamin D, supplementing as needed. These can all just make a really big difference in kind of beating the winter blues. So okay, we want to know like what's a strategy that you'll try this week, maybe it's getting out for that walk, maybe it is using a light. And I'd love to hear from those of you that have done that since neither of us have tried that and if that, you notice a difference. So let us know strategies. And if you are feeling like, especially around this time, that you really are struggling with gut symptoms, gut health, some of it's probably going to be, like not having parties all the time or something. But if
What
you're,
are you talking about, Trish? What are you talking
I know
about?
I talk about parties like I have a million. I think I have one all season, but but if you need extra help, if you just want a symptom check or just to chat about it, like let us know because that is what we do, especially with like gut health stuff, hormone imbalances, personalized help, all of that. Okay, so winter does not have to slow us down. I don't love it. I'll admit I like live and die till we get back to summer. But I do, again, it's another reason I think I stay so disciplined and like keep making sure I get outside and walk and trying to adapt to that temperature as much as I can, even miserably so. But we don't have to slow down. We can kind of keep doing the same old things, but just focusing on our health and our mood and all that can help us still stay energized and healthy. So let us know if you guys need anything. Thank you for listening. Hopefully, this was helpful, and we will see you next week.
Hi, everyone.